happen again. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 8 things you need to do, 8 steps in order to recover from betrayal. Okay. And before I do that, I want to tell you about the upcoming workshop, Healing After Betrayal workshop. Okay. So the workshop is next Saturday, November 15th, and it's going to be at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. Okay. So in the workshop, I will cover things like how to have conversations about the betrayal, how to rebuild trust. I'm going to talk about what behaviors make healing harder, and a whole lot of other useful things to help you on this journey to better. Okay, so if you're struggling with betrayal and you have not signed up for the workshop, I encourage you to do so. Okay? All right, and the link is in the description. So now, let's get right to these 8 things because there's 8 of them. So number 1, the affair, infidelity, betrayal, whatever you want to call it, it needs to be over. Okay? It must end. That's first and foremost. By the way, this includes no contact with the affair partner ever again. And if it's somebody you work with and you can't get away from them, then the contact needs to be limited, extremely limited. Even though I haven't had a lot of clients like this, I am still alarmed at how many people come to therapy, but they haven't severed ties with the person they cheated with. That's crazy to me. But as soon as I find out that's what's going on, I tell them we can't work together. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm responsible to God. You have to fix that before we can do work together. Okay, so that's the first thing. The affair needs to be over and done with, and you need to have cut that person off. Number 2, you guys need to have a conversation or 2, or 3 or 4. You need to have a conversation or 2 in which the unfaithful partner tells the betrayed partner everything about what happened. How many things? Everything. Except graphic sexual details. Like don't if your partner cheated on you, do not expect, do not ask for, do not require them to give you graphic sexual details. Here's why, in case it's not obvious. If you do that and y'all stay together, what they tell you is going to be etched in your brain. That's more work for you to do. If you do that and they tell you and y'all don't stay together, that's still etched in your brain. So you don't want to do that, okay? But the conversation needs to be had. Like you gotta talk about everything. I know that may be scary for the unfaithful partner, but like it comes with the territory. This is for trust building, right? It's for safety building. You got the number 1 priority, especially up in the beginning, is to restore safety. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, the betrayed partner needs to believe that the unfaithful partner is truly and deeply sorry, and that they really care about how badly they've hurt the marriage. The betrayed partner needs to believe that the unfaithful partner understands and truly cares deeply about the damage they've caused. This is where like the remorse will show up. This is where the accountability. This is where you being accountable helps them believe, okay, they're serious about it. Your humility. The opposite of humility is pride. When you're walking in pride, you're not going to send the message that you really care about your partner. Okay. Number 4, the betrayed partner, which is the one that was cheated on. That's the betrayed partner. The betrayed partner needs to see with their eyes. They need to perceive. They need to see the unfaithful partner going out of their way to help the betrayed partner feel better, feel safer, and to rebuild trust. I said the unfaithful partner needs to go out of their way, and the betrayed partner needs to see that. Sharing your location, sharing passwords. When we're talking, not being defensive, right? They need to see you, I'm checking in. I don't feel like doing this. I got to check in. They need to see you doing the uncomfortable to restore what you destroyed. It's going to help them build trust. Now, if trust building is not your thing, then just go on and leave. But I know it is because y'all keep Anyway, number 5. Uh, there cannot be, y'all ain't gonna like this one. Can't be any secrets. No more secrets. 0. Now, I may need to do a lesson on that because when I say no more secrets, that's not the same thing as saying in our lives, we need to, regardless of whether you're the betrayed partner or the unfaithful partner, in our lives, we need to share everything. Because I don't believe that's humanly possible, first of all. But a secret. See, just because my wife doesn't know everything about my childhood doesn't mean that it's a secret. I just ain't shared it. You know what a secret is. Don't play dumb. But watch this. If you don't know what a secret is, your betrayed partner gonna tell you. You'll find out. But there can't be any more secrets. So unfaithful partner, you got to be vulnerable. You have to walk in, operate in transparency, right? Your partner needs to be a fly on the wall of your life. Seriously. Number 6, you guys, you got to have a lot of scheduled and structured. Structured is important, but scheduled is also important too. You need to have a lot of structured and scheduled and structured conversations about the infidelity. Now, this is different when I said, earlier I said, you got to have a conversation and share everything that happened. That's different from this conversation, from these conversations, so to speak, right? These are just conversations that you're having as you guys are trying to work out stuff, and the betrayed partner is asking questions and the other person is answering, and but these conversations, y'all have a lot of these, and this is why I was saying in anyway. So you got to have a lot of these. Now, in these conversations, you guys need to learn how to validate each other's feelings. Okay, I go deeper into this whole validation thing, like how to have these conversations. I go deeper to that in the workshop. But actually, so I'm gonna give you guys something. Let me show you something. I think it's this one. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. So get this book if you don't know how to validate your partner's emotions. If you don't know how to validate your partner's emotions, this book will help you. Okay. It's one of my favorite books. All right. So I'm on number 7, right? Number 7. You both of you need to know why this happened. We know it's because of selfishness. We know the core reason is ungodliness. We know that it's a lack of boundaries. But we need to know what specifically caused this to happen. Nothing happens without reason. Why this? Why did this happen? You guys need to understand that. If you don't understand that, there's going to be a dark cloud hanging over your relationship. So recovery, watch this. Recovery is not just us not divorcing. Recovery is not just us staying together. Recovery is us going through this and then getting to thrive status, because you can. Did you know that greatness on this planet, greatness always comes after difficulty? You may not have chosen this difficulty, but since it's here, you guys can do the work. And on the other side, you can be great. Yeah. Here's number 8. This was fast, wasn't it? I know. Number 8, the betrayed partner needs to see the unfaithful partner doing the work to understand their own why. The betrayed partner needs to see the unfaithful partner, need to see the cheater trying to understand the why of themselves. Like, why an affair instead of just talking to your partner? Why cheating instead of just leaving? They need to know why you did this in the first place so that they can feel confident it won't happen again. Now, I said so they can feel confident that it won't happen again. There is no way to guarantee that somebody won't cheat again. Well, yeah, there's no way to guarantee that. But I can be confident that you won't cheat again. That helps me rebuild trust. Okay? So that's the 8. Real simple. You need all 8 of these in order to recover well. But watch this. I got a bonus. I got a number 9. So the number 9 actually is the number of completion. Did you know that? Interesting how the number one is the number of unity, two is the number of division, three is the number of God, four is the number of the world. You ever heard like four corners of the world? The number five is the number of grace. Number six is the number of man. Number seven is the number of endings. Number eight is the number of new beginnings, and nine is the number of divine completeness. So when we get to the end of these eight, I think we need some divine completeness, right? Okay, so here it is. Number nine, to recover and make your marriage as a fair proof as it can be. You need to allow the love of God to overtake your life. Yeah. In other words, you need a closer relationship with God. Why? Because marriage is God's idea. And we need to take note from history. So the very first marriage in human history, the reason it went sideways is because they injured the relationship with God. Once they ruptured the relationship with God, their marriage fell apart. So your marriage may be falling apart. It's not going to get completely well unless God is in the marriage and he's at the forefront. You need to learn what God says about. So you guys hear me say all the time, marriage is God's idea. Marriage is God's idea. But what does that mean? It doesn't just mean that he created the first human marriage. It also means you got to go to him to see how it works. Just like when my Apple products I go to Apple. I got this Rodecaster, this board here. When it was malfunctioning, I called Rode because they made it. And all I'm telling you is, you can do marriage your way if you want to, but you're going to hurt yourself. You're not smart enough. Listen, as a matter of fact, if you've been married longer than a day, you already know you're not smart enough to run marriage by yourself. There's an instruction manual. Folk don't read the Bible. Christians don't read the Bible. Here's what I believe. A lot of people, some of you may be watching me, call yourself Christian, but you don't even know the God that you're serving. And what I'm telling you is, if you don't get to know him better, if you don't bring him into your relationship, if you don't depend on him to heal what you can't see, it's going to stay broken, and you're not going to be able to get to thrive status without God. Now, I know some folks say, well, thrive status is subjective. I guess that could be true. That could be true. So let me not say you can't get the thrive status without God. You're not going to be successful. Well, that's subjective too. Okay. Make it subjective if you want to. That's on you. But my point is, for you to have a healthy and whole relationship, especially after betrayal, you need a God. You need supernatural intervention. And the only God that I know, now if you know another one, by all means, go follow him. But I only know one. You may not believe him. Fine. But if you married and you don't trust him with your marriage, you will suffer. As a matter of fact, you're going to suffer anyway. Because on this planet, that's all we got is suffering people. All right, listen, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that, through all of my technical difficulties or whatever, that you were able to get the message that you needed. And don't forget, the workshop is coming up. I want you to join, because here's the thing. I don't work with every couple that comes to me. Some of you may be watching that has gotten denied by me. I don't take every couple. Some because we're just not a good fit, and then not everybody can afford me. But everybody can come to the workshop. So I encourage you to come to the workshop and at least get your bearings, right? So you don't have to wobble through this thing. You feel me? All right. Y'all take care.